Okay, today we have another Cobra 148 eBay find. This is a Taiwan made 148, so I'm really surprised at how pretty the faceplate looks for being as old as it is. It's in really good shape as far as that's concerned. That's why I bought it, honestly. The outer cases look decent, top and bottom, and the faceplate look really nice. Signal meter is not working. Uh, it works, sort of works, but not really, but not a big deal. I'm going to put a Ranger meter in that anyway. And this is actually channel 19, but the digits are out in the channel display. I'm going to put a blue channel LED in there, and I'll drill some holes in the switch body and clean it out and get that working right. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like on lower sideband as far as its waveform. Take a look at this. We're going to key it up. Look over here. So we're on the 10 watt scale, and honestly, these things should be doing about 4 to 5 watts max average. And she's doing 9 watts average. And there's our two-tone test waveform. Absolutely freaking horrible. And actually, it's fairly clean. This is 27 megahertz way over here, and this is 54 megahertz. This is 108 megahertz. This is actually on frequency channel 19, 27.185. And she's very clean. You can see what she looks like. Let's see. Let's see what our intermodulation distortion looks like. Let me put it over here into this other spectrum analyzer. Let's see. Yeah, that doesn't look very good at all. It's not horrible, but it's definitely probably sounds crappy on air. That's 30 kilohertz wide there, 3 channels, and she's definitely got some IMD in there. You can see it. We'll clean that up. How about AM? Let's put her in AM and see what she looks like as far as a waveform. I have not popped the cases on this at all. Let's see. Let's go to one. Okay, let's go back to a single tone, 30 millivolts, 1 kilohertz. We'll look at her AM waveform. Let's key it up. Let's see if that meter moves. It moves a little bit, but it's sticky. See that? Oh yeah, that looks absolutely horrible. Let's run the dynamite down a little bit, see what happens. Look at that, it stays pinched. Yeah, that's horrible. That's all right. Hopefully the limiter's not cut. If it is, we'll have to reestablish that. Power-wise, not very decent power out. But she's only doing about, let's see, she's only doing about a watt out. So I don't know if she's got some type of AM power mod done to it or sideband power mod. I don't know what to see, or if there's some type of swing kit in there. We'll return it to stock, recap it, and all that stuff. What about receive? Let's see what she looks like on receive. I guess we can pump her into this. Put her into the 8920. It's already hooked up to the sine adder with our speaker output. Speaker output works. That's good. What is that? So that's 27.185 channel 19. Let's see, the needle's not working very well, that signal meter. We got another one though. All right, let's drop this sensitivities down to 1 microvolt. And boy, she just dropped off the map, didn't she? That was weird. Yeah, that's weird. Just disappeared. All right, what about lower sideband? I don't hear anything. Wow. All right, so sensitivity is okay at. So there's S9 minus 67 dB. All right, so there's S9, and you see where the clarifier is at. So she's definitely way out of alignment. What about upper? Does she hear anything on upper? All right, there's upper. Let's move this clarifier and see what happens. So she still hears. She's receiving, just not receiving very well. Yeah, it just totally drops off. All right, so she's got some serious alignment issues. At least she is receiving an S9. That's about it. We want to hear what she sounds like on the air. Let's find out. I'll stick a mic into her. Hold on a second. Let me find a mic here. All right. Got a mic into it. And let's put her back over here into the RF sampler. And then we'll just listen to AM to start. Hear what she sounds like. This is AM. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, she modulates all right. What about upper? Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she is definitely still modulating. All right, lower. She's off frequency. Something fierce. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Check, check. Hey, at least she talks. All right. Well, we'll have to get into it and see what we see. So that'll probably be another day. So I'll have the lights on. I just wanted to get it out of the box and just look at its overall condition and see what we needed to do. So it looks like we got a decent amount of work to do. So we'll tear into it later. Next segment, I'll be back and we'll have the lids off and we'll start poking around there and see what we can do. All right. All right, quick update here. I couldn't stay out of this radio. I had to pop the covers on it. Take a look inside. So what I see in here right now is that this looks to be just absolutely all original. Nobody has cut into the bias circuit for that AM power mod in the back over here, which is great. I haven't actually looked at the bottom side to see if there's any type of swing kit installed on the bottom there off the audio chip. Who knows? But on top, limiter's not cut for mic gain, which is great. And I still see glue in the VCO. I still see glue back here on L36 and L38 in the back. So yeah, nobody's really been in here screwing around. It doesn't seem like. Maybe just turn the ALC pot back here, and I'm sure they cranked up modulation as well, and probably, I don't know. So we'll continue on with it and see. And it is receiving a 1 microvolt now. This is AM, so it's receiving about, looks like 15 dB at 1 microvolt. I don't know why it wasn't earlier. Maybe it's an intermittent thing that I need to hunt down, because once I flipped it over and popped the case off and powered it back up and stuck a generated signal back into it again, it was receiving all right. So I don't know. It might have been something I was doing earlier on the 8920. Right now I'm using this 8647A over here to generate my input. Let me just see real quick. Maybe it was something I was doing. We'll stick it over here back in this. So that's a minus 67 dB. That's S9. Let's just see. Minus 107. No. It must have been something in the radio. It might just be an intermittent thing I need to hunt down. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But it's working now, so she's receiving all right. So she transmits, she receives. Let me see if I can work out the modulation issues and the power issues real quick, and we'll be back. All right, we're back in with another quick update. So the AM power was just turned down back here. It was tweaked almost all the way down. Maybe whoever had this in the past was running it through an amp or something. And take a look at this waveform now. We're going to key up here. And that's the way it should look, huh? Look at that. So R113 down here. Let me turn my light on. Right there. What is cut. So if I spread that off, you see that? And just spread it back. Somebody just snipped it with a pair of dikes. Now look at our waveform. All right, so now we know what's wrong with modulation. So yeah, just a quick update, and we'll be back. All right, we're back. We got a new R113 in place, which is just a little 10K, which is right there. New 10K in there, and let's see. We can fire this up. You can see. Yep, she's solid now. All right, so we'll move on to the SSB transmit side and see if we can work out something there real quick. We'll be back. All right, so a quick update here. We got her realigned. She was sorely misaligned, and she's working like a champ now, at least internally. So let me just show you a few things. I'm just going to talk first, let you hear it. So we're listening to, let's see, upper sideband up there on the monitor radio. Hopefully you can hear it. Crank it up a little bit. Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, 1, 2. So that's upper. We'll do lower. Hello, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check. 1, 2. Sounds pretty good. Remember, this is a locked clarifier. And then we'll go back to AM. Check, check. Hello, 1, 2. Check, check. All right, so that's all that. And then we'll take a look at, now we'll look at her linearity. So we'll just go ahead and key up. And so we're still in lower, channel 19 here. Oops. It'd help if I actually went to lower on the radio. All right, so there's lower. Nice linearity again. And then we'll go to upper. That was lower, now we're in upper. And we'll go back to keying this bad boy. You can see it, there's upper linearity, looks great. And she is right on frequency for the most part. Let's see. We can just look at that real quick on this. So here's upper, frequency out, 25 hertz. And then let's do lower, 7 hertz, not bad. And then AM, what was AM? I can't remember. We were close or not. Let's see. Yeah, 10 hertz. Okay, so she's pretty good as far as frequency is concerned, and we can listen to her. Let's see. Let's put her into this 8647A again here. Ah, I dropped you. All right, so she's in the 8647A. Let's go to, let's see. Yeah, so look, we're at 1 microvolt up here, minus 107 dB, and she's got a great receiver, doing about 22 dB a synad. And look where our clarifier is now, right there, dead center. We're just slightly off. And then for lower, let's set this up for lower. And there's lower, and she's about the same, about 20 dB there. I'm sure if I move the clarifier a little bit, she would be a little closer, but you see where our clarifier's at. Yeah, she's pretty well aligned now. And like I've said in my previous videos, even with locked clarifiers, when I align a sideband radio, I align this transmit offset here and this transmit offset here for lower and upper for linearity, not frequency. And that's how you see that great linearity we saw on there. So yeah, so she's let me turn this volume down. She's doing really well. Oh, one last thing, we can look at her in the spectrum analyzer. And we definitely cleaned up her third order IMD, that's for sure. All right, so we'll key her up again. Let's see. We're going to go back to a 2-tone here. Let's put her in lower. And then we'll watch her up here. Oh, hold on. I did it again. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had her still in the 8647A. All right, so we'll look at, here's our linearity one more time. There's lower, and then here's our spectrum at 30 kilohertz wide. Here are 3 channels, and we have seriously decreased the IMD that was in there. So yeah, she's looking pretty decent right now. Oh, so basically, as far as aligning this sideband, I made a, here we go. I made a few changes here. Basically what I did was first started with the bias. The driver bias wasn't bad. It was like 35 milliamps. I set that back to 25, but the final bias was like 450 milliamps. It was way cranked up. Set that back to 50. That's the start. And then, like I've said in my previous videos, I turn around the opposite side and go straight back to the PLL. And once I have adjusted these for linearity and got the rest of the offsets set the way I want, then I go over here to my transmit chain and just eliminate whatever IMD I can get rid of there in the third order. And that's it. And like I said before, L36 and L38 back here still are glued and haven't been messed with. So yeah, so other than the, also ALC was jacked way up. So that's set back down to about 13 watts peak with 2 continuous tones inputted into the mic jack, which is pretty good for 13 watts peak as far as my IMD in the third order is. And that was about it. So it just takes a little bit to get them clean and get them back linear and get them right. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This is my first Taiwan made 148 GTL. The other ones that I have, all of them are either Malaysia or Philippines. So this has the original 8719 chip in it from Japan. And it's in really, really clean shape on the inside. And honestly, I don't think I see any glue in this radio at all. Nothing. Not that I would really spend any time taking it out. If it's still gummy, I don't mess with it. But yeah, there's no glue in here at all. It's really clean. So the last things I guess I'm going to have to do will be, I'll recap the whole radio, and then we'll clean up this switch here, and then I'm going to swap out the signal meter for a Ranger style meter, and I'm going to change out the display to blue anyway, and then maybe unlock the clarifier. We'll see. I don't know. I've actually got a couple of 10-turn 20K pots on the way to the house. I was going to screw around with one in one of these 148s that I have with unlocked clarifiers. I've never done a 10-turn pot before. I figured it'd be something to play with. Anyway, we'll update again once I start the recap.